What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome to Season 2 of the Levante Career Mode. We're going straight into things, and obviously now we're going to be getting a bunch of emails of the start of the season, what our transfer budget is, who's coming in, who's going out, and so on. So as you can see, we have a transfer budget increase up to 42 million. I do have about 40 million to play with because I have invested in some youth scouts also, so I'm building for the future in that. Confirmation of our pre-contract arrivals with Hamsik, Otamendi and Roberto Firmino, and then the two deals that we struck just before the end of the season last season about Ibanez going to Borough and Olsen going on loan. As you can see, that's confirmation that we do have 40 million to be able to spend this summer. Really good budget to be able to play with. Obviously, there's going to be teams that are going to have a bigger budget than us, or there's going to be more teams that develop, so we'll get there eventually. We're going to be investing and we're going to be selling at the same time, so it will counteract, and it will different things like that. So we have put some players up for sale on loan and everything else. I needed to go through the squad, who is surplus to requirements, who I want to keep basically but want to loan out, and so on. Our first offer was for Charlie Masunda, and I have decided to decline it, but I'm not too sure as of the moment. Not too sure if I want to keep him on or at the moment, but I have declined that for the moment. Obviously we do have time if we want to sell him, and we'll go from there. Baldini, he's been up for sale. He put a transfer request in at last season because he was unhappy with his game time. Wasn't going to beat around the bush. Empoli wanted him, as well as Dusseldorf. I got the better one with Empoli, but it's completely up to him who he wanted to go for. The other transfer offer was for Munoz. He didn't do too bad for us last season. He did some important games and he scored some decent goals. But to be honest, I'm not interested in keeping him. He's someone else that's going to be getting shipped out. 3.5 million for Galatasaray. I don't think it's too bad whatsoever. I did get a player offer for another team that I haven't actually heard of before, but I wasn't interested. So yeah, we just went from there and accepted the offer. So as you can see, Baldini out, and the first one in is a left back called Aaron. Don't know too much about him, but saw he was on the free agents list. Anyone that's on the free agent that is high rated and I can actually use, I will do so. If it means that I don't have to spend my money and then can maybe focus on other positions where I spend more, then it will definitely work out for me, and obviously it's a win-win for the club. Confirmation of Munoz going, and also we get another transfer offer for Ruben Vezo, someone that I'm not interested in keeping on this year. I mean, he's a bit surplus to requirements. He did what he had to do last season, but I just don't feel like he's the quality that I would actually want. It's a bit of a hard one. I do have to make judgment on players where if I want to keep them or not, and even if we have a bit of history with them and so on, we just have to let them go, and that's it. We accepted a loan offer for Madibo to go to Mallorca. He'll be quite happy to get the experience and the game time, so I don't think he'll get it here. Ruben Vezo was quite happy to go to a Getafe, and that was that one done, so he stays in the league. He's just off to a different team. Going in with a new winner, I decided the Sporting Lisbon, Fatawa Isawaku, I think I'm saying that right. Really good winger, really fast, really agile, good on the ball, and someone that I could really use, to be honest. Picking him up for a decent sum, for 8 million I do believe, was an absolute bargain, and I cannot wait to be able to try him out, and it's definitely good competition for the next lot. You can see there that Muriel has now come in. He is on a free agent also. That backs up the striker basically option. I have Grant, Firmino and Muriel, but obviously Cantero is there also, so I need to decide what to do with him. Our second choice keeper has now left. Primo will be our second choice keeper, which is absolutely fine. I'm quite happy for him to be there. Obviously, with Montiel leaving, I need to be able to invest in a cam. Ryan Cherky was one that popped out to me. It was between him and Tillman. I went for Cherky, had age on his side and the potential also. So hopefully, he becomes to be a decent player for us. Obviously, he's well known to be using career modes, and I was very much looking forward to be able to use him. I did buy him from Schalke in the end, which was quite interesting. I've got an offer for Afif there. I didn't know whether to accept it, but I actually did decline it in the end. I feel like I want to hold on to him, basically, and it's someone that I would be interested in using still. I found the next player on my scout with Paolo Conti, someone that's 19, 78 rated, and someone that I could really invest in, and someone I could actually use at the same time. He's got La Liga experience. It's someone that I'm going to be looking forward to using, and to be honest, if he's going to go up high, he might be a nice regen to use. He comes in for a decent sum, and Campagnaya goes out. Campagnaya is someone that was going to be surplus to requirements. I wasn't going to bother using him this season, so I'm glad to get him off the books in some ways and just be able to go. As you can see, the next message saying Sriracha and Cantero had release clauses met. I think this is probably from the first bit of save where I haven't actually given them a new contract, so they've still got release clauses. I wasn't too fussed though. I managed to be able to get them signed up, and that was that. After getting on some signings done, getting it all through, basically, we still have time to get some signings in. Our first game come up against Las Palmas. Familiar team to us, someone that we played previously in the second division of the Liga, and someone that we know that is a decent side, and they're definitely going to put up a fight. For the lineup for this team, we have gone for Dani Cadaris in goal, the veteran that is himself. Aaron makes his debut with Al Yamik, Conti makes his debut, and Williams back from injury. Hamsik makes his debut, so does Cherki, and Petlu is in that midfield. And we also have Isawaku, Firmino, and Grant on the wing. Wanted to try him out because I don't think he's going to have as much game time as a striker, so I wanted to see if he would be any good at the wing. We make a lovely start, to be honest, an absolutely unbelievable start. Fatawa Isawaku gets himself used to the La Liga, and he's dribbling in and out of players like he's just doing it for fun, to be honest. He holds off Yerry Mina and just literally pokes it straight into the back of the net to make us go 1-0 up in the second minute. Brilliant start from him, and someone that could be really important if he continues to be like this. I don't think I've seen a better debut from what we have seen as the career mode. I thought I went 1-1 at one point, but it wasn't offside goal. I was quite lucky that was the case because I was accepting some pressure from them, to be honest. They were doing too well. I managed to gain a bit more momentum though, and not so long after that I was able to play a nice ball to Firmino. The defender kind of hits it with his head but not able to get it down to his feet. Firmino comes running in, smashes it in the back of the net to get his first goal for the club and to make us 2-0 up in the 29th minute. Obviously, we know Las Palmas, we played them last season, so it's not really La Liga pedigree, but this is an amazing start. Obviously, we've got new players that we need to bed in, new things that we're going to be trying, and you never know at the start of the season what sort of start you could make. In the 48th minute, I think I'd lose the ball there in all honesty. They intercept it, play a nice ball in, and just volley it straight into the back of the net to put it 2-1 with only a 1-goal deficit. A really nice goal by them, to be honest, and he completely smashes that in the back of the net with Cadneros not having a hope in hell whatsoever to save it. We do make some substitutions later on in the second half, of only being a 1-goal up at the moment. Just wanted to change it up, make it a bit fresher. I didn't really feel like Cherki had a decent debut, so I took him off, and Muriel also come on. In the dying minutes, they do get a corner, but unfortunately they bring their goalkeeper up and they have to be on the back foot. You're not catching up with Muriel, and he gets the most easiest debut goal that he could have ever imagined for, and he was probably dreaming about that the night before because that was picturesque in all honesty. Seeing that man celebrating in the Levante shirt was just brilliant in all. It really was. Having some sort of the calibre that we have now and different players that have actually got a name for themselves, we're definitely going to be building on something. The veteran's able to put it in the back of the net with absolute ease. As I say, that was probably the easiest goal he will ever score. So that's 3-1 to us, and that is our first game completed in the Liga. 3 goals, 3 points, and that is our first win, and we move on to better things. Confirmation of Son being sold to Norwich for 1.7 million. We also get a loan offer for Cantero, and I'm actually going to accept this for the reason of, you might think I'm mad here, but he was good for us last season, don't get me wrong, but I want him to get experience. I don't think he's going to get it this season. Maybe next season I'll be able to bed him in and kind of go from there. The next signing of the episode was Romeo Lavia from Southampton. Obviously they're going to be relegated, so I wanted to be able to pick some players from there, and that is the player that I chose. Being able to get him in for 7 million, and he's on a low wage budget also, I didn't feel like it was that bad. Someone that's got bags of potential, and we know that could be really special in the future. We get an offer for Sidney Ryberger to go on loan and for Brabic to be sold. We do sell Brabic in the end, and Ryberger does go on loan. I think I threw him in the deep end a little bit last season from signing him from injury, so I want him to get some experience. We also get a free transfer of Olarena just to be able to back up the ranks and make sure if we do get injuries that we're going to be absolutely fine. The second game of the episode came up against the side Getafe, the side that I sell Ruben Neves to. We changed the back four with Gallardo, Ndombele, Otamendi and Sriracha in there. Vargas is in there with Lavia, and Cherki keeps his place. At fifth, Muriel and De Frutos come in as your front three. In the first minute, we do make an interception with De Frutos. He's able to pick up the ball and find Muriel. The blasting place from Muriel, he just gets past his defenders and puts it straight in the back of the net. We get ourselves another quick goal, and he's already 2 goals for the team. He's definitely making his mark on the Liga, and hopefully there is more goals to come from him. We did have some bit of pressure though. Cadneros did make some big saves in the end, but it didn't trouble us too much because a couple of minutes later we was able to play a nice ball out from Cherki to Afif. Afif finds Muriel and he literally just skips past the defenders. So fast from Muriel, an unbelievable kind of bit of play. Slots it in the back of the net to put 2-0 up. That's his 3rd goal for the club now, and we're absolutely cruising in this game, making Getafe look completely poor. In the 42nd minute, we do kind of go a bit lax there. We fall asleep a little bit. Nice ball across the face of the goal, and unfortunately they do volley it in the back of the net to make it 2-1. Really annoying because I'd had such a good first half. I was just annoyed to concede such a sloppy goal. But yeah, one of those, to be honest, couldn't really be helped. It just was what it was. You can see I fouled a player there which seems to be injured, but I actually end up having Sriracha injured from that previous challenge. He gets absolutely clattered, and then we have to force Ainarom for his debut, and then we have Gallardo that's switched on to the right. Not too bad. I don't think it's a worst thing in the world, but yeah, it's one of those. We do make some substitutions in the second half, and as you can see there, it's till the end of the 90th, and we do end up getting the 3 points. A complete dead in the water second half, and not much happened whatsoever. Going into the transfer sides of things, we are able to get Kolasinac on a free. That's the confirmation to say Rydberger has gone on loan. But yeah, Kolasinac on a free, and someone that's going to be a complete statement in this team. The lineup for the 3rd game, we have Danny Cadeiras in goal. We have Gallardo, Conti, Al Yamik and Sriracha as your back 4. Your 3 midfielders are Lavia, Scott and Peplu. And then your 3 up top are staying as Fatawa Asawaku, Roberto Firmino, and De Frutos keeps his place in the side. We didn't have to wait too long, and Fatawa Isawaku finds Scott to make a nice ball over the top. He finesses it in the bottom corner, and we are 1 for quick goals this episode. An unbelievable bit of play, to be honest. Being able to find Scott bodies his man in that way, just gets past his defenders, does what he needs to do, and that's the most important thing. And we do find ourselves 1-0 up. Not so long after the first, in the 21st minute, Roberto Firmino goes on a blazing run and hits it on his left into the top corner to put us 2-0 up in the 22nd minute. Really nice finish from him, and someone like him is going to be counting so highly in this team. I'm going to need players like him that will be able to get the chances, make the chances and score the goals at the same time. That's all part and parcel about being a big side. In the 40th minute, Sevilla do some nice passes along the midfield. They're able to get an inroad with Deulofeu there, and he just slots it into the back of the net to put them 2-1 with only a 1-goal deficit. Really nice bit of play, to be honest, and we are going to find that times where we are under pressure. It's just one of those. Doesn't take us too long though, and this second half Scott is able to get past. He's just able to stop the ball, turn it past his defender and just puts it into the bottom corner. And yeah, an absolutely unbelievable finish in all honesty. Not something that I didn't really expect from him, but the composure to be able to hold the ball, get past his man at the same time and everything else. Yeah, fair play to him. He's been really well. We'll make a couple of changes with Vargas coming onto the pitch just to freshen it up a little bit in that midfield. Gallardo comes off just because he's got that yellow card there, and I thought I'd put Williams on because I know Sriracha can play at left back. Not a lot happened after that, to be honest, and yeah, it was a really comfortable game. As soon as we got that third goal in the second half, we absolutely dominated them, and there was nothing they could really do after we made the substitutions. It was a completely just game of chess. We cancelled each other out, and yeah, nothing really happened. So after 3 games in the episode, that's 3 games, 3 wins, and we are on 9 points. We are 2 points clear at the top. Obviously, this might not last for long, and we might get romped afterwards. You just never know. But as starts go, yes, this is an amazing start, and this is something to build on. We'll go from here, and that's all we can do. I mean, I'm not expecting much this season. I'd love a cup run, but yeah, you never know. It depends. I don't want to get a load of injuries, and that hurts us this season, as it did last season, obviously. But we've come up against the big boys, so yeah, it's unexpected. There's so many teams that we haven't played in this league, so time will tell. We'll go from there, but we're top of the league at the moment, and hopefully we'll be striding for better things in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button for when I do release another video. Cheers.